Morning light creeps through the cottonwood trees. Coffee warms my hands, you warm my peace. Kids are laughing in the yard again, chasing dreams in the summer wind. And I thank the Lord each dawn above for the country breeze and family love.
I hang the clothes where the wildflowers grow, watch them dance with the winds that blow. Rooster calls and the day begins. Simple joys are where my heart's been, and every prayer I whisper song feels blessed by the breeze and the love we've got.
Blessed by the country breeze and family love, where the skies stretch wide and the stars shining up, where laughter echoes through the fields we roam, and every heartbeat feels like home. No riches needed, we rise above. We're blessed by the country breeze and family love. I've walked roads far from these gentle hills, where the noise grows loud and the world stands still. But nothing out there holds the grace I find in your smile across the clothesline. This life we built fits just like a glove, made strong by the country breeze and family love.
And when the twilight paints the sky with gold, we sit together while the nights unfold. You hum a tune that your daddy knew, I lean close, fall in love anew.
Every sunset reminds me of the gift of this life and our family's love. We're blessed by the country breeze and family love, where the porch light glows as the moon climbs above, where stories linger on warm night air and hearts stay gentle in the love we share. Through every trial we're lifted up, still blessed by the country breeze and family love. So let the winds keep whispering sweet, let the years roll in on steady feet, for we've got heaven right here enough in the country breeze and family love. I found you standing by the dusty roadside, a suitcase full of salads and a name you wouldn't hide. Your boots were worn from wandering through the dark. You said you're just a stranger on the road to a broken heart.
You look like dawn breaking on a lonely Texas mile. Your voice was soft as sorrow, but your eyes could almost smile. I told you I'd been traveling, falling worlds apart. Yeah, just another drifter on the road to a broken heart.
We were strangers, riding side by side. Two lost souls with too much hurt to hide. Under moonlit skies we tried to make a start, walking hand in hand on the road to a broken heart. You shared a tale of love that slipped beyond your hold, a wildfire that faded into ashes in the cold. I whispered mine was stolen, ripped clean apart, left me wandering barefoot on the road to a broken heart.
Somehow in the stillness, your laughter found my chest like a battered, weary traveler finally getting rest. I told you you were something, a tender work of art, easing every mile out on the road to my broken heart.
We were strangers, riding side by side. Two lost souls with too much hurt to hide. Under moonlit skies we tried to make a start, walking hand in hand on the road to a broken heart. Cowgirl, maybe love ain't gone, just lost along the way.
Maybe hearts grow strong when they've known disarray.
Maybe what we found ain't just fate playing its part.
Maybe two strangers can mend one broken heart.
We were strangers, but now I know your name. Two wounded hearts that breathe the same. Under fading starlight, baby, here's our brand new start.
No longer strangers,
On the road to a broken heart. I walked down to the creekside where the willows softly sway, where we carved our names together in a heart we thought would stay. But the breeze felt cold this morning and the memories cut deep. Heartbreak beneath the willow where our secrets used to sleep.
I still hear your gentle whisper in the rustle of the leaves, saying love would last forever as it drifted on the breeze. But forever's just a promise that this world won't always keep. Heartbreak beneath the willow where the water runs so deep.
river softly speaks to broken hearts, too tender to weep, lost in the shadows of the love we couldn't keep. Heartbreak beneath the willow by the creek. The sunlight through the branches feels like echoes of your smile, and I'd walk these banks forever just to feel your touch a while. But the distance grew between us like the current swift and steep. Heartbreak beneath the willow where our promises now sleep.
I return here every season, though the years have drifted far, 'cause the creek still holds a memory of the way we used to are. And no matter where I wander, it's the place my sorrows keep. Heartbreak beneath the willow where I learned how love can weep.
Heartbreak beneath the willow by the creek, where tears fall quietly and the river softly speaks to broken hearts, too tender to weep, lost in the shadows of the love we couldn't keep. Heartbreak beneath the willow by the creek. Maybe someday the willow will hear a different song of forgiveness in the moonlight and a love still holding strong. But tonight we stand divided where we once stood cheek to cheek. Heartbreak beneath the willow by the lonely, lonesome creek. Heartbreak beneath the willow by the creek, where the past still whispers every time we meet. If the good Lord's willing, love might find its feet. But for now we leave our sorrow in the place so bittersweet. Heartbreak beneath the willow by the creek. I saw you standing by the fence that day, sunlight dancing through your tears. Your trembling smile tried to be brave as I packed my bags and faced my fears. The village breeze blew soft and warm, but the moment cut me like a blade. I heard your heart in every breath, in every goodbye that you gave.
I watched your shadow slip away down that dusty road we used to roam. Your boots kicked memories in the air while I stood wishing you'd stay home.
The church bells rang their mournful tune, the same that played when love first bloomed.
And every fading step you took left silence echoing through the gloom.
Goodbyes whispered on the dusty village road still linger like the last light of the setting sun. Two hearts breaking where the wildflowers grow, love lost before we knew the damage done. Though time may heal the weight we hold, goodbye still whisper on that dusty village road. I reached the town where dreams are loud, but none could drown your gentle voice. I thought the world would set me free. Instead it left me with no choice to turn around in late night rain and chase the life I left behind. But every mile back to our home reminds me of the ties that bind.
I keep your hat upon the chair, just where you tossed it long ago. The scent of summer in your coat still warms me when the night turns cold.
Sometimes I walk that dirt road path, hoping your footsteps will return.
I whisper prayers into the wind for the man my heart still yearns. Goodbyes whisper on the dusty village road,
Still linger like a song we never finished.
two hearts tangled in a love once bold,
Now haunted by the dreams that slowly vanished.
no matter how far we choose to go.
Goodbye still echo on that dusty village road. Maybe someday the wind will guide us back to the place where it all began,
Where whispers turn to long embraces and goodbyes fade to touch of hands. Goodbyes whispered on the dusty village road,
but hope still blooms in the fields of yesterday.
if love survives the weight of miles untold.
We'll find our way back home someday,
Where hearts once broke but never closed.
we'll rewrite our tale on that dusty village road. I saw you standing by the fence that day, sunlight dancing through your tears. Your trembling smile tried to be brave as I packed my bags and faced my fears. The village breeze blew soft and warm, but the moment cut me like a blade. I heard your heart in every breath, in every goodbye that you gave.
I watch your shadow slip away down that dusty road we used to roam. Your
bells rang their mournful tune, the same that played when love first bloomed. And every fading step you took left silence echoing through the gloom. Goodbyes whispered on the dusty village road still linger like the last light of the setting sun. Two hearts breaking where the wildflowers grow. Love lost before we knew the damage done. Though time may heal the weight we hold, goodbyes still whisper on that dusty village road.
I reached the town where dreams are loud, but none could drown your gentle voice. I thought the world would set me free. Instead it left me with no choice.
To turn around in late night rain and chase the life I left behind. But every mile back to our home reminds me of the ties that bind.
I keep your hat upon the chair, just where you tossed it long ago. The scent of summer in your coat still warms me when the night turns cold.
Sometimes I walk that dirt road path, hoping your footsteps will return. I whisper prayers into the wind for the man my heart still yearns. Goodbyes whispered on the dusty village road still linger like a song we never finished. Two hearts tangled in a love once bold, now haunted by the dreams that slowly vanished. No matter how far we choose to go, goodbye still echo on that dusty village road. Maybe someday the wind will guide us back to the place where it all began, where whispers turn to long embraces and goodbyes fade to touch of hands. Goodbyes whispered on the dusty village road, but hope still blooms in the fields of yesterday. If love survives the weight of miles untold, we'll find our way back home someday, where hearts once broke but never closed. We'll rewrite our tale on that dusty village road. I left the dust of our small town, chasing dreams beneath a stranger's sky. But every mile feels a little colder when your soft voice ain't nearby.
These city lights don't shine the same, not like your smile in the morning dew. And every step I take reminds me I'm just a cowboy far from home and you.
I watch the porch light every evening, hoping one night you'll come walking through. This old house feels a little emptier since the day I said goodbye to you.
Your hat still hangs where you left it, and your boots by the door stay true. But the silence tells me louder now, you're just a cowboy far from home and you.
So ride on, darling, through those heartache plains. Let my love guide you through the loss and rain. Though the wind may whisper stories you once knew, my heart's still waiting, steady and true, for a cowboy far from home and you. The railroad hum keeps me restless, nights get long in this neon town. I keep your picture in my pocket, it's the only thing that never lets me down.
Sometimes I swear I hear your laughter in the rustle of the nighttime blue. Baby, I'm fighting my way back. This cowboy's far from home and you.
There shakes your letters on the table, the ones you wrote from that distant view, saying you're doing fine, but I can feel it. Your heart aches just the way mine do.
So I'll keep praying to the heavens for the day you see the sky we both once knew. Find your road back through the valleys,
where home still waits for a cowboy and you. So ride on, darling, through those heartache plains. Let my love guide you through the loss and rain. Though the wind may whisper stories you once knew, my heart's still waiting, steady and true, for a cowboy far from home and you. If the stars align just right tonight, follow them back to where our love grew. No matter how far the trail may wander, it still leads home back to me and you. So ride on homeward through Thought the city's gold and sunshine'd be much brighter than it seems. But these boulevards are lonely when your love is far away. And I feel our two hearts slipping in the shadows of LA. I drove down Sunset Boulevard with your picture in my hand, trying hard to chase a future neither one of us had planned. Every promise that I whispered gets more distant every day, as we wander like two strangers in the shadows of LA. Two hearts lost in the shadows of LA, where the lights burn bright but love fades away. We tried to hold on, but we lost our way, caught between the dreams that led us astray. Now we're standing where the memories wait. Two hearts lost in the shadows of LA. I walk past silver screen and stars who shine from roadside signs. None of them can warm me like your hand once held in mine. This city has a hunger that steals quiet love away, and it swallowed all our laughter in the shadows of LA. I played in crowded bar rooms where the people never stay. Faces blur like faded colors in a world of silver gray. And though I chase the spotlight, all I want is yesterday, before we lost our heartbeat in the shadows of LA. Two hearts lost in the shadows of LA, where the lights burn bright but love fades away. We tried to hold on, but we lost our way, caught between the dreams that led us astray. Now we're standing where the memories wait. Two hearts lost in the shadows of LA. If you called my name tonight, I'd run through every mile. If you opened up your door, I'd stay a long, long while. 'Cause love remembers even when the stars decay, still searching through the shadows of LA. Two hearts lost in the shadows of LA, but maybe hope hasn't slipped away. If we can find the strength to say love's worth more than the price we pay, maybe we'll meet again someday, and no longer be two hearts lost in the shadows of LA. I rode back through the valley where the dust still knows my name, where every broken memory flickers soft like candle flame. The porch light's barely glowing, but the truth is crystal clear. Back home, where the heart still hurts, I feel you everywhere.
I stood beside the window where we watched the seasons fall, where love once wrapped around us like a warm September shawl.
But autumn stole our laughter, left a silence sharp as dirt. Back home, where the heart still hurts, your shadow lingers first. Back home, where the heart still hurts, where we loved so deep it burned. Two lost souls beneath the pines, trying hard to read the signs. No matter how far life converts, it pulls us back where the heart still hurts.
I walked across the barnyard where your footprints used to lie, where we danced beneath the rafters and the long June firefly sky.
But the boards creak in a different tune, one sorrow can avert. Back home, where the heart still hurts, I hear your name in dirt. I found a locket you once gave me near the old red maple tree, a tiny piece of yesterday that never set me free.
Love fades slow in the country air, too stubborn to desert.
Back home, where the heart still hurts, it beats but never blurs. Back home, where the heart still hurts, where we loved so deep it burned. Two lost souls beneath the pines, trying hard to read the signs. No matter how far life converts, it pulls us back where the heart still hurts.
If I reached for you tonight, would your hand still fit with mine?
Could we mend the cracks of time, or just cross another line?
Or would we find what we feared most in the quiet of the dirt?
Some wounds were made to linger, back home where the heart still hurts. Back home where the heart still hurts, where echoes rise from empty earth. We tried to run, we tried to mend, but some love never finds its end. Though time may heal in little spurts, it always leads back home where the heart still hurts. These skyscrapers touch the heaven, but they don't touch me like you. I walk through crowds of strangers, wishing I was walking next to you.
The steel and glass surround me, but they never warm my heart inside.
Every echo in these alleys whispers, boy, you left the best behind.
Back home, the porch lights glowing just the way you asked it to. I still sit by the old pine table, pouring coffee for us two.
The fields you loved are golden, but they miss your footsteps every dawn.
And every letter you send me makes me pray you won't stay gone.
Skyscrapers can't replace the love I left behind. No shining lights can outshine what's yours and mine. The city pulls me in, but your memory holds me tight. A quiet voice that guides me through the night. No matter how high these towers climb, skyscrapers can't replace the love I left behind.
I've seen the city sunrise glow against the silver steel,
But none of it feels half as warm as the love you made me feel.
I hear our song in taxis, on radios and corner bars,
And it hits me like a hammer that my real home's where you are.
I hang your jacket by the door, still smelling faintly of the rain.
I trace the seams with trembling hands, counting days till you're home again.
The neighbors ask if you're all right. I smile though tears are near to fall.
I tell them city life is tough, but love will bring you home through all. Skyscrapers can't replace the love I left behind. They don't hold me like your arms in summertime. Though distant dreams have taken you afar, my heart still follows wherever you are. These concrete roads may twist and wind, but nothing replaces the love I left behind. One day the road will turn your way back to the fields where we first kissed, where city noise fades into peace, and love returns to what it missed. Skyscrapers can't replace the love I left behind, and soon the train will carry me down that line, back to the porch where your warm smile waves, back to our hearts and our familiar gates. The city lights can't change my mind. Skyscrapers can't replace the love I left behind. watched your shadow disappear through the noise of busy streets, where the city swallowed heartache and the truth cut far too deep. You said you needed breathing room, a place to chase your dreams somehow. And that's the day you left me in that crowded town, alone and hollow now.
I didn't mean to walk away, but my heart was torn in two, between the life I thought I wanted and the love I had with you. The city lights look brighter in the life we settled down, so I left you there in silence in that cold and crowded town.
The day you left me in that crowded town, the world kept moving while my heart broke down. People rushed past us, but time stood still. Love slipped away against our will. Two souls lost where the noise drowned out the sound of the day you left me in that crowded town. The neon signs kept flickering like the promises you made, and I wandered through the alleys where our memories started to fade. I tried to call your name out, but the wind just pushed me down. Guess even echoes couldn't find you in that heartless, crowded town.
I still hear your quiet pleading every night I close my eyes, and I wonder if you'd take me back if I let go of my pride. 'Cause dreams don't shine like they used to when I'm lonely and worn down, since the day I left you crying in that unforgiving town.
The day you left me in that crowded town, the world kept moving while my heart broke down. People rushed past us, but time stood still. Love slipped away against our will. Two souls lost where the noise drowned out the sound of the day you left me in that crowded town. Maybe someday roads will lead where broken hearts can mend, back to a porch where silence feels like a friend again. If the Lord gives us the courage, we might find solid ground, far away from the sorrow of that crowded, hopeless town. The day you left me in that crowded town, my world felt quiet though the streets were loud. But if love's still waiting in your chest somehow, I'll be right here if you come back around. We'll rewrite the ending if fate allows, from the day you left me in that crowded town. The rain came down on our old tin roof, thunder rolling closer with every truth. But you held my hand in that candlelight glow, saying, darling, storms fade, love only grows.
We weathered long nights where the winds ran wild, through the darkest clouds and the hardest fights. Your smile always led me back to the light. Holding on to love through storms and golden hours, through the pouring rain and the wild spring flowers. No matter how the night may test our powers, we keep holding on through storms and golden hours. I remember those mornings with the sunrise red, coffee on the porch, she kissing my forehead.
The world outside might have shaken our plans, but we built our peace with our own two hands. And when the storms came back like they always do, I held on tighter, darling, right next to you. 'Cause the golden hours ain't worth a thing at all unless we face the rain and refuse to fall. Holding on to love through storms and golden hours, through the broken roads and the wild rose bowers. When the skies turn gray or the bright sun showers, we keep holding on through storms and golden hours. We've had lightning strike and dreams go dim, but heaven always breaks through the edges again.
Hand in hand we stand where the shadows part.
Storm or sunshine, you're the home of my heart. Holding on to love through storms and golden hours, through the toughest nights and the sweetest powers. Darling, forever blooms like springtime flowers. We'll keep holding on through storms and golden hours. We'll keep holding on through storms and golden hours. We'll keep holding on through storms and golden hours. I left this old dirt highway trying to outrun all the pain, but every mile I wander just brings me back again. The moonlight on my windshield whispers your name soft and slow, and I swear I hear your heartbeat in the fields I used to know. I watched you fade to shadows on that long September dawn. Your boots kicked up the memories of a love already gone. But every night I'm praying, hoping fate ain't torn us apart, 'cause this porch light keeps on burning for your broken traveling heart. Homebound dreams and a shattered heart, two lonely souls still miles apart. But the wind through these old pine trees still sings of you and me. If the road leads you back, I'll play my part. homebound dreams can heal a shattered heart.
I've crossed 1,000 cities, chased the neon in the rain, but nothing feels like sunlight on our fields of golden grain.
I'm coming back with nothing but regrets packed in my case, hoping you'll still see the man you love behind this weathered face.
I kept your flannel jacket on the hook beside the door, the one you wore that summer when you said you'd love me more.
And though you left me crying, life felt colder when you'd gone, but my heart still beats the rhythm of the love we built upon. Homebound dreams and a shattered heart, two lonely souls still miles apart. But the wind through these old pine trees still sings of you and me. If the road leads you back, I'll play my part. Homebound dreams can heal a shattered heart. I'm coming home, darling, if you'll take my hand again.
I've kept a space beside me for the place where you had been.
Maybe time can mend the pieces that we broke into, and the home we dreamed together might still lead us back to you. Homebound dreams and a shattered heart, finding their way from distant parts. Let the night fall soft and kind, let forgiveness ease our minds. If love's still here, we'll make a brand new start. Homebound dreams can heal a shattered heart. I drove past the corner of 5th and Main, where we kissed once soft in a summer rain. Now the sidewalks shine with the evening glow, but they've grown colder since you let me go.
Walked past the station where you'd wave goodbye, your hat pulled low, dust clouds in the sky. I thought you'd chase me down that open road, but fear spoke louder than the love we showed.
This old town keeps holding what we couldn't say, and every street remembers the love we gave. It was love lost on the streets of Amarillo, where the winds blow warm but the nights turn cold and low. Two hearts breaking where the tumbleweeds roam, two shadows drifting far from home. We left behind more than we meant to show. Our streets of Amarillo.
The barroom lights still flicker gold, where you danced with me when the nights got cold.
I hear our song on the jukebox line, and it hits my heart every single time.
Your jacket's hanging where I couldn't hide.
Smells like hope and the tears I cried. I walk these streets with a trembling hand, wishing I'd stayed when you begged me to stand. We held on tight, but we slipped away, leaving footprints, ghosts in the Texas clay. It was love lost on the streets of Amarillo, where the sunset paints the town in a fading glow.
We tangled hearts but let pride grow tall, and watched our dreams like dust clouds fall. Oh, how it hurts remembering so.
Our love lost on the streets of Amarillo. If you came back down that midnight road,
I'd carry the weight of what I own.
but some regrets run wide and deep, like Amarillo nights we couldn't keep. Still, it's love lost on the streets of Amarillo, where I search for you in the winds that blow.
If fate allows, maybe someday we'll find a way to rebuild what we left behind. But till that dawn, I'll always know
We left our hearts on the streets of Amarillo. I came to California with a suitcase full of dreams. Thought the city's golden sunshine be much brighter than it seems. But these boulevards are lonely when your love is far away, and I feel our two hearts slipping in the shadows of LA. I drove down Sunset Boulevard with your picture in my hand, trying hard to chase a future neither one of us had planned. Every promise that I whispered gets more distant every day, as we wander like two strangers in the shadows of LA. Two hearts lost in the shadows of LA, where the lights burn bright but love fades away. We tried to hold on, but we lost our way, caught between the dreams that led us astray. Now we're standing where the memories wait, two hearts lost in the shadows of LA. I walk past silver screens and stars who shine from roadside signs, but none of them can warm me like your hand once held in mine. This city has a hunger that steals quiet love away, and it's swallowed all our laughter in the shadows of LA. I played in crowded bar rooms where the people never stay. Faces blur like faded colors in a world of silver gray. And though I chase the spotlight, all I want is yesterday, before we lost our heartbeat in the shadows of LA. Two hearts lost in the shadows of LA, where the lights burn bright but love fades away. We tried to hold on, but we lost our way, caught between the dreams that led us astray. Now we're standing where the memories wait, two hearts lost in the shadows of LA. If you called my name tonight, I'd run through every mile. If you opened up your door, I'd stay a long, long while. 'Cause love remembers even when the stars decay, still searching through the shadows of LA. Two hearts lost in the shadows of LA, but maybe hope hasn't slipped away. If we can find the strength to say love's worth more than the price we pay, maybe we'll meet again someday and no longer be two hearts lost in the shadows of LA. I first saw you by the hayloft door, sunlight dancing on your hair. You were humming to the morning breeze, soft as a whispered prayer. And in that old barn, standing steady, longer than our daddies could, I felt something start to grow in that weathered creaking wood.
You came walking with your dusty boots, chagrin tucked beneath your brim.
You said you'd help me stack the bales inside, though the chores weren't meant for him.
But every laugh we shared that summer carved deeper than we understood. Love was setting roots beneath that barn of weathered wood.
Love built in a barn of weathered wood, where the storms rolled in but the walls still stood, where two young hearts found they could rise like the golden wheat beneath the skies. Through every year, through bad or good, our love lives on in that weathered wood. We carved our names on an old pine beam, just kids dreaming of a life. Never knew that dusty barn would one day see you as my wife.
We danced to crickets and the moonlight when the world felt understood. Every vow we ever spoke is held by weathered wood.
And even now, with the seasons changed, kids grown and the fields turn gold, that old barn stands like a storybook of the love we always told. Its boards may crack and paint may fade, but nothing ever could erase the life we built inside that barn of weathered wood. Love built in a barn of weathered wood, through hungry winters and summers good, where the lanterns glow and the quiet nights held tighter than our wedding rites. No fancy homes ever underspoke the strength of love in the weathered wood. So let the roof sigh in the wind,
Let the old bars close again,
for our hearts beat just as they once did,
in that barn where love began.
a lifetime lived, a life we should, in our barn of weathered wood. I checked into that motel with a suitcase full of pain. Neon lights flickered soft like a cold July rain. Room 23 still smells like you, a faded memory I can't undo.
I drove past the sign where the highway bends, where we used to meet after making amends. That old red door still creaks your name, a whispered ghost of a love aflame.
We tried to hold on, but kept falling down, lost in shadows at the edge of town. At the Heartbreak Hotel on the edge of town, where we made up just to fall back down. Two lonely hearts in a dim lit room, too many promises that died too soon. We left our love where the tears ran down, at the Heartbreak Hotel on the edge of town. I drink my coffee where the sunrise hits, thinking of our nights and our near-missed fits. Your laughter echoes through the paper-thin walls, like a tender echo I still recall.
I kept your ring in my glove box drawer, can't bring myself to close that door. Every mile I drive away from you feels like a truth I don't want to be true.
We tried to fix it, but the cracks ran deep. Some wounds just linger, some memories keep. At the Heartbreak Hotel on the edge of town, where the jukebox played while our hopes fell down. We danced in circles trying to heal, but love grew thin like an old one wheel, and all that's left is a haunting sound from the Heartbreak Hotel on the edge of town.
If you walk back in through that dusty door,
would we break again like we did before?
or could we find a spark somehow
To light what's fading even now? Still the Heartbreak Hotel on the edge of town keeps our secrets buried deep underground. If love returns with the morning sun, maybe our hearts could beat as one. But till that day, it's where we're bound, at the Heartbreak Hotel on the edge of town. I've been riding through the valley where the twilight kisses go, where the whispers of the mountains tell the stories we once told. But every mile grows heavier the farther that I roam, 'cause I'm leaving tears behind me on the trail back home.
I watch the seasons change without you as the lonely nights grew long. Tried to mend a heart that trembled like an old forgotten song.
But hope is hard to carry when you face the world alone, and I cried my share of teardrops on the trail back home. Tears on the trail back home, falling softly as we roam. Two hearts broken, torn apart, still tied by a restless, aching heart. The world, but we've always known we leave tears on the trail back home. I passed the dusty wagon road where we'd dance by firelight, where your laughter warmed the shadows like a lantern in the night. But memories cut deeper than a sharpened river stone, and they carved my soul with teardrops on the trail back home.
I tried to chase new mornings, but they never shone as bright. Not without your boots beside me in the stillness of first light.
So I followed every sunrise, hoping I might atone, walking through my heartbreak on the trail back home. Tears on the trail back home, falling softly as we roam. Two restless, aching heart. We walk the world, but we've always known we'd leave tears on the trail back home.
If I find you at the gate, will you still call me your own?
If our sorrows meet in silence, will our love again be grown? Or will the winds of yesterday remind us we've outgrown the dreams we left in teardrops on the trail back home? Tears on the trail back home, like the rain through fields long sown. We lost our way, we lost our spark, but still we search through all the dark for hearts like ours aren't meant to roam through tears on the trail back home. I rode into Dallas with a fire in my chest. Thought I'd make a name there, thought I'd give you all my best. But the city lights were colder than the dreams I tried to crown, and I found myself alone in Dallas town. You left our dusty back roads, chasing stages made of gold. Promised you'd come back to me before your heart grew old. But fame can be a liar, and the crowds can let you down. Now I'm hearing echoes from Dallas town. Broken dreams down in Dallas town, where the neon shines, but the world shuts down. We lost our way to the city sound, and love got buried in the battleground. Oh, darling, if you're looking, you'll find me somehow past the broken dreams in Dallas town. I played my songs for strangers who just drifted through the night, while my heart kept falling apart beneath those barroom lights. Your face kept haunting every chord my fingers found. I was losing you in Dallas town. Back home I kept your letters folded neatly by my bed, even when the whispers said our love was cold and dead. But I knew you'd see the truth once the bright lights let you down, and you'd hear my heart calling from out of town. Broken dreams down in Dallas town, where the neon shines, but the world shuts down. We lost our way to the city sound, and love got buried in the battleground. Oh, darling, if you're looking, you'll find me somehow past the broken dreams in Dallas town. I'm tired of chasing shadows that don't hold you in the night. Cowgirl waiting on a promise that was stolen by the lights. Maybe love is stronger when the world turns upside down. Maybe hearts can heal in Dallas town. Broken dreams falling down. Past the broken dreams in Dallas town. On this old front porch, where the evening settles slow, I rock in Mama's chair, watching soft stars glow. The boards may creak, but the memories stay strong of the life we built together, where our hearts belong.
I hear your gentle voice in every summer breeze, calling me back home from the far-off fields and seas.
This chair's been waiting for me, just like you through the years, holding all our laughter, our worries, and our tears. These rocking chair stories for the ones I hold dear, tales of love and struggle whispered soft and clear
Through the quiet of the night or the dawn drawing near,
we keep our hearts together right here, my dear.
I've rocked through storms and nights, I felt alone, till your footsteps sounded on that gravel stone.
You'd sit beside me, boots dusty from the road, telling how you carried love even with a heavy load. Now years have passed and the world has changed its song, but this porch feels steady where our souls belong.
I hold your hand gently, just like that first spring, when this chair rocks softly as we planned everything.
These rocking chair stories for the ones I hold dear, every hope and heartbreak laid open right here. From the cradle of our youth to the gray in our hair, our love keeps on swaying in this old rocking chair. Someday our children's children will sit where we are now,
hearing tales of country life and the love we vow.
and this chair will whisper all the things we knew,
that the strongest homes are built by hearts true and true.
These rocking chair stories for the ones I hold dear, a lifetime of devotion carved year by year. As the fireflies glow and the night draws us near, I'll keep telling our stories for the ones I hold dear. I still remember that dusty road where I kissed you soft beneath the stars. You held my hand and whispered low, promise me you won't go too far. But the city called with neon dreams, a shining world I couldn't resist. Now every night I lie awake, wondering about the lips I miss.
I watched you board that westbound train. My tears fell quiet on the ground. You waved at me through the window glass while my heart broke without a sound. The farmhouse feels too big these days. The porch light burns, but you're not near. And every breeze through the meadow grass whispers your name for me to hear.
City lights took you far from my arms, but they can't dim the love we made back home. Skyscrapers stole your wild young heart, while mine stayed waiting where the cornfields grow. Though miles apart, we're tied by the stars. City lights took you far from my arms. These busy streets don't feel like home, just echoes of what I left behind. I chase my dreams but lose myself. Your memory's always on my mind. I miss the smell of evening rain, the old wood fence, your gentle smile. If I could trade this city's glow, I'd run back home 1,000 miles.
I kept your letters in a drawer, read them each night before I sleep. You say you're coming home someday, a promise that my heart will keep.
City lights took you far from my arms, but you're the song this quiet town still hums. Skyscrapers tried to pull us apart, but love beats louder than the city drums. No matter how far or how long you're gone, city lights won't outshine what we've become.
Darling, when the dawn breaks warm and true,
follow that sunrise home to me, to you. City lights took you far from my arms, but they can't take the love in our memories. The sun peeks over the amber fields and the rooster starts his tune. The morning cows walk slow and soft through the dew of early June. The gentle calls across the land make the whole world feel just right. That's how every day begins before the evening candlelight. I lace my boots and step outside, smell the hay and waking earth. A quiet peace the city folks could never measure with their words. The hillside breeze, it lifts my soul, turns the dark of life to bright. From morning cows to the soft embrace of evening candlelight. Oh, morning cows and evening candlelight, simple things that guide me through the night. From sunrise gold to moon so white, love feels warm and true and right. I've got all I need inside morning cows and evening candlelight. You're waiting by the kitchen door with a smile I know by heart. A pot of coffee gently steams, a brand new day about to start. We talk of dreams and weather signs and hold each other tight till chores are done and we settle down in the evening candlelight. Kids run round the wooden porch chasing fireflies glowing blue. The cattle rest beneath the stars and the night wind whispers through. You place your hand inside of mine, everything feels right. Life's sweetest scenes are always found in morning cows and evening candlelight. Oh, morning cows and evening candlelight, simple things that guide me through the night. From sunrise gold to moon so white, love feels warm and true and right. I've got all I need inside morning cows and evening candlelight. Maybe someday we'll grow old, but still I'll hold you near. This quiet farm, this gentle love, it's the song I always hear. Oh, morning cows and evening candlelight, they've carried us through wrong and right. If heaven's kind when our time's in sight, let it look a bit like this place tonight, with morning cows and evening candlelight. There's a railroad track behind my childhood home, where we carved our names in a heart of stone. Back then the nights felt warm and true, and every dream began with you. But time rolled in like a restless train, leaving echoes of joy and shadows of pain. Now the past keeps calling in my head, hometown memories and empty beds. Hometown memories and empty beds, where love once bloomed but now lies dead. The porch light glows on the place you said you'd stay forever, but you left instead. I'm still living with the tears I shed. Hometown memories and empty beds. The diner still plays that old jukebox tune, the one we danced to under the moon. Mrs. Green still asks where you been. I just smile and hold it in. Your ghost walks with me down every street, in every song, in every heartbeat. This little town won't let me forget hometown memories and empty beds. Hometown memories and empty beds. Your photograph still rests where my heart bled. The nights are long, full of words unsaid, and every sunrise paints the past in red. I can't escape what my heart still dreads. Hometown memories and empty beds. Maybe someday the hurt will fade like the painted barn by the old parade. But until that day, I'm stuck instead between what was and what you said. Hometown memories and empty beds, where your laughter once gently spread. The house is quiet, the love is fled, but the truth remains where my soul is led. I'm still lying with a love that's dead. Hometown memories and empty beds. I found an old picture tucked behind the chair, edges worn and yellowed by the southern air. There we were laughing, young and unafraid, two hearts falling fast in a love we hadn't made. I've seen that photograph 1,000 times before, hanging crooked on the wall by Mama's old front door. Every scratch and wrinkle holds a story of its own, a reminder of the roots of the love we've grown. The past still lives in our faded picture frames, in the quiet smiles and the forgotten names. Though the years move on, the memory remains. The past still lives in our faded picture frames. There's one of us dancing in the July rain. Your shirt's soaked through, but you love me just the same. We didn't need riches, only hearts unbound, and the promise that we'd stand on the same old ground. There's one of you waving as I boarded that train. Your tear-touched cheek still shine in the window pane. And though the miles tried hard to scatter our dreams, you stayed in every sunset, in every in-between. The past still lives in our faded picture frames. Through the storm survived and the sweet refrains. Every shadow of time only strengthens the claims that the past still lies in our faded picture frames. Let's dust them off gently, hold what's left of the years. All the laughter that stayed, all the unspoken fears. Side by side we'll treasure the life we've made. From the bright young days to the silver shades. The past still lives in our picture frames, in the love that endures and the light that remains. Darling, no matter how the world reclaims, our past still lies in those faded picture frames. The past ain't gone, it's just sleeping in the dust, waiting for turn with trust, hand in hand, step by step. Through the golden haze we find our gems again, in those tender yesterdays. Little footprints leading back to yesterday, where our love was planted and forever chose to stay. Now with every sunset, darling, come what may, we follow little footprints back to yesterday.
I left our little valley on a cold September dawn, chasing dreams I thought were golden down a line that kept rolling on. But every mile grew heavier, like a promise I couldn't keep, as I rode those steel rails farther from the love I couldn't keep.
I watched that old train thunder past the fields we used to roam, with your hand slipping from my fingers as you searched for something of your own.
I whispered prayers into the morning, but the wind just made them weep, while you rode those steel rails from the love you couldn't keep. Steel rails keep rolling, carrying hearts so torn and weak, across wide rivers and lonely stations where no tender words can speak. Oh, darling, you were fading long before you chose to leave. Now you're lost on steel rails to the love you couldn't keep. The city lights felt empty, no match for your porch glow. And every crowd around me made me miss the quiet I used to know. If I could turn this train around, I'd fall right at your feet. But I'm bound by steel rails from the love I couldn't keep. I still walk to the station just to hear the whistle cry, pretending you're just late returning and not a memory passing by. But the nights are growing colder and the ache runs far too deep, 'cause you're gone on steel rails from the love you couldn't keep. Steel rails keep rolling, carrying hearts so torn and weak across wide rivers and lonely stations where no tender words can speak. Oh, darling, you were fading long before you chose to leave. Now you're lost on steel rails to the love you couldn't keep. Maybe someday that whistle will guide you home again, back to the dusty roads we walked before dreams turned into pain. But until that train comes homeward, my love is yours to keep. Though you're gone on steel rails to the love you couldn't keep. Steel rails keep rolling, but I'm learning how to breathe. Though the hardest truth I'm holding is the one that sets you free. If the Lord is kind and time is healing, maybe someday you'll believe you left on steel rails from the love you couldn't keep.
I still remember how the twilight kissed your hair, right on that porch where we learned how much we cared. But seasons turn and shadows fill the floor. Now I sit alone where your boots touched the boards before.
That old porch swing still whispers every night about two foolish hearts who lost the will to fight. I walked away, but the memories stayed behind, rocking in the breeze with your name tangled in mine.
Love faded on the old front porch where we dreamed about forever, holding on for more. But time had cracked the wood and split our hearts in two. Now the porch still stands, but I'm missing you. Yes, love faded there where I once kissed you true. Your laughter used to dance across the cedar rail. Now all I hear is the lonely nightingale. I tried to mend the boards and patch our broken yesterdays, but the paint kept peeling with the words we couldn't say.
I kept the ribbon from the night you held me tight, saying you'd love me till the stars ran out of light. But promises fall quiet when pride gets in the way, and all we built together slowly washed to gray.
Love faded on the old front porch, where we dreamed about forever, holding on for more. But time had cracked the wood and split our hearts in two. Now the porch still stands, but I'm missing you. Yes, love faded there, where I once kissed you true. Maybe if the swing still knows our tune, we could find our way back under that silver moon. But echoes don't forgive and memories don't lie. We lost our life beneath that southern sky. Love faded on the old front porch, where our hands first touched and our hearts swore more. Now the boards are worn and the steps feel rough, but the place remembers when our love was enough. Yes, love faded there, but it still calls me back to you.